Hello and welcome back to a new No Limit video. Now then, we're joined here with Coach George, of course, and we also have a new recruit to the No Limit FC channel, Coach Tyler. Welcome, my man.
Thank you.
Excited to be here?
I'm very excited to be here.
Excited for the World Cup?
I can't wait.
Good stuff. Now then, Coach Tyler is with us at No Limit as an apprentice coach, and he's absolutely flying at the moment. So we thought, you know what? He's ready. Let him in, Coach George. Let him into the YouTube. Now then, as you probably can tell by the intro, this video is all about the World Cup and our World Cup predictions. So we're going to go straight into it. We have got a number of questions. It'll be quick fire from all the coaches, and we are going to give, to start with, our prediction for the World Cup winners. We're going to start with yourself, Coach George. The winners of the World Cup.
Very tough one for me. I know on our last Euros bid I went with England, but this time I'm going to go with Argentina.
Argentina to win. Fantastic. Coach Ty?
I'm going to have to agree with George there. I think they've got squad depth is unbelievable. Centre-back, midfield, striker. Players like Romero, Martinez in the centre-back partnership. And they've obviously Messi in the forward line. They've got Martinez as well. I think the squad depth is just too much for the other team.
Yeah, the two Martinezes, outstanding players. For myself, guys, it's the South American rivals. I've gone for Brazil to win it. Similar reasons that you guys have gone for, but I think the squad depth and one player in particular, I think Neymar is really going to shine this tournament. So for me, Brazil to win it.
Do you want me to talk you through mine very quickly, Coach?
Of course, yeah. Straight through.
So I think the reason I didn't go with England, I think the climate's going to play a part, which it always does. I think it's obviously suited us the last one that it was in Russia. So I was between the two South American sides, of course, but I think Argentina have always been fantastic in the midfield and going forward. Yeah. I always like that centre half, and like Coach Ty said, obviously Martinez, for me, this might be a bias, I think he's been the best centre-back in the Premier League this season.
I would agree.
I also think Romero's very solid as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Argentina. Which kind of brings us now on to our next question. So basically, your final. Who are your runners-up in this World Cup? So the other side of the group now. Who is meeting that winner in the final in this tournament? I know you're looking over your shoulder there, Coach George, at your wall chat. So I'll start with yourself.
I'll let you take this one.
I'm going straight in.
Yeah, you too.
Guys, my prediction for the final is actually France. I think the holders France are going to go very far despite their problems in midfield that have been well documented with Pogba and Kante not making it. Just the form Kylian Mbappe is in and the players they still have around him. I think France will go far, but just miss at the final hurdle. I think Brazil will have a little bit too much for them. But if you look at the other side of the draw, I think France are the strongest side, which is actually England's side of the draw as well. So France for me has runners up. Coach Ty?
I'm going to have to go with Portugal. For one reason only, a Messi versus Ronaldo final.
That'd be amazing.
To end off their career.
Yeah.
There will be one winner.
That'd be good. Coach George, is it a Messi-Ronaldo final?
Let's go for it. Let's have it. Do you know what I mean? Why not?
Yeah.
And I don't know who I'd support after what he's been going on about recently. Appalling.
Yeah.
Get about my club.
Yeah. Not been too happy with the recent Ronaldo comments. I still love him to bits, and I almost kind of hope that they do win it. Just so we can kind of ride off into the sunset and be happy with the fantastic career he's had. But again, a bit of a controversial one in the last few days with Cristiano. But we're going to keep it upbeat on the video. And we're now going to talk about where we think England will place. Which is obviously a topic very important to us, obviously, as Englishmen. How do we think we're going to get on? Coach Ty, how far do you think England will place?
I think we'll fly the group stage. I think we're too strong for the teams like Wales and Iran.
I'd like to think so.
But it's England, so I think we can get to the semi-final, and I think that'll be too much for us and the other teams. With their quality, will just overrun us, and semi-final, we're out.
Yeah. Coach George, I've got a picture over in the corner there of Sir Bobby Moore holding that World Cup.
First of all, I'm going to go, come on, England. Ooh, okay. You don't know, get to know. Now, if my calculations are correct, we're going to face France in the quarters, which is a very tough game. Now, I think if we get through that game, got a feeling England will win it. Okay, that'd be some serious momentum. But despite them not having Pogba, Kante, whatever, their team is a lot better than ours.
Yeah.
So, unfortunately, and I'm usually Mr. Positive, I'm going to go with quarters.
Okay, quarters. I'm actually going to agree with you with quarterfinals. Reason being, I think the last few friendlies we've had before this tournament against very, very good opposition, I've just been a little bit concerned about how we've performed. The Germany game in particular, I didn't think we were great. But fingers crossed we do better. Again, it'd be amazing to see us surpass expectations like we have done in the last two tournaments, but I think it might just be that step too far. Like you say, Coach George is going to be very hot over there as well. Fingers crossed they do a little bit more. I really, really want them to, of course, but for me, England quarterfinals. Which brings us on to our next topic, surprise team of the tournament. Coach George, who's going to catch your eye and maybe a bit of a surprise, run away with it?
Not going to run away with it, but maybe get like a quarters or something like that. Yeah, again, I'm really thinking about the climate, Coach, and I'm going for Senegal.
Ooh.
Now, if you take a look at Group A, you've got Qatar, Ecuador, Senegal, and Holland.
Yeah.
Not the best. So I definitely put them to qualify through there. And just from looking at it, I think they could maybe get about a quarters, which would be very good for Senegal, I'd say. So that's my surprise team.
Senegal. For myself, guys, Senegal did come into mind when I was looking at my wall chart earlier on this morning. I'm going to go for Denmark, though. Denmark. I think they performed very, very well in the last tournament, despite the issues, obviously, with Christian Eriksen, who is actually the reason why I think they're going to do so well. He's been outstanding this Premier League season. They have got many, many good players, but he's their talisman. He's the main man, and probably quarterfinals, George. But Denmark for me. Ty, what about yourself? Surprise?
In my opinion, I think Uruguay.
Ooh.
With the players like Valverde, who's on top form at Madrid, or Araujo, who played for Barcelona, I just think they're maybe not too far, maybe quarter final, but I think Uruguay have got really good players at the minute, on form as well.
Yeah, again, just to touch on that, you take a look at their group, Portugal, well, obviously a strong side, but then you've got Ghana and Korea. It's a tough group, but they're very capable again.
Yeah. No, interesting stuff. Now then, moving on. A bit the opposite. Surprise, early exit. Coach, I'm going to go back to you with this one. Who's going to let us all down? Who's going to bottle it in the group stages?
I'm thinking Germany. They've got a few good young players coming through, like Musiala, but I just don't think they've got the chemistry yet to bond together, and I just think they're going to finish third, just miss out on the coming through the group.
I'm going to hit you with one, guys. You may be a little bit surprised about, but I've seen them do it in the past. I've actually seen France do this in the past, but I think they are too strong. For myself, guys, my surprise early exit, the Netherlands. Don't really fancy them doing too well, to be honest. So, no, simple as that. Netherlands, early exit.
Van Dijk off form.
Yeah. Coach George?
Now, this is a tough one. And I'm going off the lack of leadership in the side with also a tough group. No Sergio Ramos, no David De Gea. Spain are going out in the group stage.
Interesting. Very, very interesting. I didn't think of that. I like that. Now then, on to the awards. We've got the Golden Boot and we've got the Player of the Tournament. I'm going to start us off with the Golden Boot. And I'm going to go straight back to yourself, Coach George. Your golden boot for this tournament in the World Cup 2022.
Now, this was a tough one for me because yet again I was between Brazil, Argentina. So originally I was thinking of a Gabriel Jesus.
Okay.
But I wasn't sure who Brazil were going to start, with Richarlison also being in the side. So I went Argentina. Now you might think I'm going to say Lionel Messi, but I'm not. I'm going to say Martinez, Lautaro Martinez of Inter Milan.
Fantastic.
A great player that I rate a lot. He's someone that I'd like to see at Manchester United.
I agree.
And I think this is going to be his tournament, Coach.
Lautaro Martinez.
Yeah.
Tyler.
I'm also going to go to the Argentina, but it's very boring and basic, but it's his last World Cup. Lionel Messi.
Lionel Messi.
For me, yeah.
Lovely stuff. For myself, guys, I think Brazil are going to go very, very far in the tournament as my winners. And the player that stands out for me to be the top goal scorer in the whole tournament is Gabriel Jesus. Doing very, very well for Arsenal. Maybe just missing that little bit at the end of it. His performances have been fantastic when I've been watching him this season.
Is he a goal machine, Coach?
He's not a goal machine, he isn't, but I believe as the number 9 for Brazil, the amount of chances they are going to create, I just fancy Jesus for the golden boot. Which brings us on to our final one of the video, the player of the tournament, and I'm going to kick us off with this one, guys. It's the reason I think Brazil are going to win the whole thing. My player of the tournament is going to be Neymar. This player, since moving, we all saw it at Barcelona how good this player is. The potential to be the successor of Messi and Ronaldo, I think we could all agree. As he's aged a little bit with the transfer to Paris, he's started to pick up form and then he's been injured. He's started to pick up form again, he's been injured. He's managed to get to this tournament fully fit and firing, and I think he will take Brazil all the way to the trophy. So for me, very, very excited to see Neymar in this tournament, and I think he will be the main man. Coach Tyler.
I'm going to have to agree with my top goal scorer, Lionel Messi. I think just he can score goals, he can create goals, he's got it all really. And I think with Argentina going on to win the tournament, I think he'll be the best player.
Stuff. Coach George, round it all up for us.
I think Coach Tyler's been looking at my notes because we've got a lot of similar views. I was also going to say Lionel Messi, but I think he's going to be wrongfully given it because it's his last tournament. I think the main man, Lisandro Martinez.
What do you think?
But the centre halves never get the credit, Coach. So I think it's going to be Messi.
Good stuff. Now then, as you can tell, very, very excited for the World Cup, as we know you guys are as well, especially a lot of it on our Instagram page. So we'll leave the link for our page in the description. But in the comments of this video, we want to know your top goal scorer, and we also want to know your player of the tournament this World Cup. We'd love to know your thoughts. So if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit that little notification bell as well, which will notify you when we post next. You might be seeing a little bit more of us in the World Cup. See you on the next one.